Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I am using, from Pouring Your Heart Out, the Druzy Ruffle Edge mold. And from Julie we learned to cut out a little piece of plastic. Now this one is for another mold, another one of her molds, but I thought I'd use it in this one because I don't have one made for this particular one. So I wanted to try these new air cushion magic powder pen, which is kind of like the pens that Petra Youngblood has on her Etsy store, but she was out of some of the colors that I wanted, and so in the meantime I saw this. My friend Nicole told me about it, and so I'm going to try it out because ooh, okay. You know how when you dust the edges of your mold with the mica powder or whatever, powders that you use, it goes everywhere. So, oh, this is really cool. It doesn't spread. So I'm just gonna go all the way around, and this color is the TJ10. And I think to get more out, I have to push down again. So I'll just let you watch as much or as little as you'd like, and we'll experiment to see if this works. All right, so I've dusted the whole edge, and now I mixed up some Let's Resin Fast Cure. I did 80 grams, 40 of A and 40 of B, and I used my Resiner's bubble remover machine, and look at that, clear. You should have seen how bubbly this was. So I see one bubble there. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to need, so I just did 80. So what I'm going to do with this is water beads. And when I was first using them, I had no idea you had to soak them in water. So here is a whole bunch, and my gosh, I don't need all of these. So these can go on for years and years and years. So this was inspired by Miss Julie. She did a water bead one, and then I looked up other ways because she did hers with UV resin, and I want to try resin. And TNR did resin, and she was sweet enough to respond to me when I asked her about, when to put the resin and how much and all that kind of stuff. So, and she responded a long time ago, and I have forgotten. So, okay, oh, good. Oh, wow, oh, did I do it right? So I don't want to do too deep of one, but it needs to... Oh, I really don't know. Should I do the rest just because I want to finish it, or should I do it shallow? Well, let me do a shallow one. That's as shallow as it can get, I suppose. So let me torch it. So supposedly these water beads float, and what I'm hoping for is that I just see some stuff on it, so I want to get rid of it. I want it to be as clear as possible. So they're supposed to float, and when I asked TNR if she, when she used the resin, did she wait? She said she didn't. And then she said if you did, if the beads sink deeper, you get spheres, and then if they're shallower, and this doesn't look shallow to me, so gosh darn it. I guess I should have just stayed, not poured all of it. So maybe 70 grams would have been enough. But it's hard. My cup doesn't do odd numbers. So here I go. I'm just going to drop them in. I'm just going to do like can you tell I just love playing resin? I just love to play. Ever since I was a kid, I'd rather play than do homework. So just play, play, play. I'll try to get that there in between. And I'm just randomly picking colors. I might have to go in between some, but I wanted to add something else, so which I will show you, but I want to do quite a bit of these. So if they sink, they sink, and then maybe next time I'll do a thin layer and see if it works as not a sphere, but just as a not deep is what I'm trying to say. Whoops. Oh, and my my water beads are different sizes. Interesting. That's right. It said on the instruction. Okay, there's one there. So, you know, it's getting a bit crowded. Why not? Okay. Okay, I think what I'm going to do now is fill in, because I liked this idea of maybe using these flakes and putting in between. And what I'll do on that one is use my fingers so that it's easier and hopefully I can control it better. Okay. Just teeny bit. Don't want to get resin on my fingers, but this is the easiest way to put these flakes down. Well, I suppose I could use my tweezers. I thought I saw one here, it just kind of went away. Okay, so let me put that over there. There it is, it's on my finger. I'm just going to push this out here. And then maybe do that. So I'm just going to go play around, and then I'll come back, you know, fill this in, and then I will see you for the next step. So in addition to, you know, the water beads, and since the resin was somewhat wet still, I thought I'd add these little blue iridescent flakes just to sort of add maybe a little bit more design. That's looking so pretty just with the colorful water beads and the blue. All right, so I've removed a few of them already, but I thought I'd let you see how cute it is. I love this little stick that I got from Hobby Lobby. It comes in a couple with another different tool. So what I'm going to do is just pop these. Oh my God, it's so fun. Now, some of them come out really nicely and clean, clean. Some of them, whoops, like these first two that I didn't show you, I have to kind of go in and dig again. So that's all you do if they don't pop up. So let me finish this and I will take you to the next step. Wait, I got to show you one more. I just have to show you one more. I think it's so fun. All right, see you soon. So these next steps is filling the holes that I've created. And for this first one, on the first hole, I'm using this tack it over and over. I wanted to try something where I use this tack it over and added chameleon flakes, because you know how they go everywhere. So I wanted to see so what I did is you put that tack it over and over. It's hard to remember how to say that. And you let it sit for a while. So while it's sitting, I used my brush and just dusted in some chameleon powder. Now this one's just chameleon powder. You'll see after I finish filling all the holes that I go back to that particular one that had the tack over and over, and I'll tell you as I get there. But this is unfortunately the sphere type of a hole for the water bead. I wanted more sort of a shallow one, so I'm not sure how the brushing of these chameleon powders is going to work. I do know, but in this process, I'm just letting you know what I'm doing. As much as I love mica powder, glitter, etc., they just spread. So I'm using a baby wipe to clean the resin face as best I can and on the edge. So here on the chameleon flake, I am going to actually use my tweezers and place it in that top hole that you'll see that's empty, where the tack over and over has sort of settled for a while and it is kind of sticky. I wanted to see how much that would work, how much better that would work and not spread all over the place. So I'm dipping the chameleon flake, all these chameleon names, chameleon powder, chameleon, etc. flake. So I dropped it with the tweezers, and this I learned from Dewdrop Design from Beth. And then I'm using a micro tip brush, and I'm sort of dabbing it in, and then I'm going to burnish it, which is kind of like rubbing it in more to make it secure in there. And I wanted to test to see how much splatter I would get, on these micro flakes. Another way I found was to just use my little masking tape and just dab it around, and it does remove some of that powder. So I use both the tape and the baby wipes. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. I mixed up some Fast Cure, and I used my bubble remover machine by Resiners, and it's lovely and clear. I did 110 grams, and I put in just a little drop of Decorum white. And I am now going to just gently push it, make sure it comes to the edge of the mold. I don't know what happened. I did all this, I taped all this, and then it wasn't taping. Okay, I'm putting this on my clipboard here on top of my usual work surface because I'm going to move this because I'm doing another project with the Fast Cure. So I am hoping that I don't have too much of the mica powder or the chameleon flakes showing up. And I'm so anxious to see the use of that mica pen, how that's going to work out, and all kinds of stuff. So I will see you for the unmolding. So this project is hopefully in conjunction with another video that I've done, so like a twofer. I was totally blown away when I saw Beth from Dewdrops Design make these pendants. And what she used was Chameleon flakes, which I have, but I don't know how to use them. So I thought I'd give it a go in a small way first. So I'm using just this round piece right here. I found this heart charm from Hobby Lobby, and Beth in her video, which I will link below, she used craft wire. I'm going to do this heart shape. It's already shaped. So, but I am going to use, oops, perfect, these two pieces like she did, and I will link her video below. So the first thing I'm going to do is, now she used Let's Resin UV resin. I'm using just what I have, which is the Crisrel. I hope that'll be okay. And I'm going to use from Resiners their, let me get it up higher, their UV light, which is like a Z right here, and you can adjust it. And this splits, which is wonderful. So what I'm going to do is I've got it plugged in and I'm ready. But first I'm going to put a little bit of the UV resin in this little silicone tub. And I'll probably need more, so I'll just do, this is several layers. So the first thing I saw her do was, on this particular video, was that she dipped her gold piece, and I want, this has some ridges here, so I'd like this side to be facing down, facing up. So I got to go down first. So I'm just gonna gently do that to let it, you know, stay. I mean, stick on, and then I'm going to place it in the center of this round section and just gently pushing it down. Now she also used a UV flashlight, which I've ordered. I can't wait to get it. But in the meantime, I will use the Resiners, UV light. And the button, if you push it once, it does like for what length you want it to. And if you press it again, it does it for 120 seconds. So let me get that cured, and I'll be back. All right, for the next step, I'm going to take these two little half shape, crescent shape, place it in the UV resin. Oops. Oh, come on. Ah! Easier said than done. And then I'm going to, I guess it's easier maybe to place it first. I'm going to do it like this. Oops. Well, since it wants to go that way, I'll just do it like this. And then maybe this time, no, I'll keep trying. You'll just have to be patient with me. So I dipped, oh my gosh, did I dip it in here? I hope that's okay. So I'm just practicing this in order, I have an idea for a bigger project. So let's just see how this goes. So now I'm going to place my UV light and come back again. Okay, so for my own peace of mind, I'm going to turn it upside down. Okay, good. It's still staying there. Okay, then the next step is, that UV resin looks really dirty in there, so I think I'm going to use a different cup. Well, let me clean this out. Put some more in here. See, I want to try this process kind of with resin, not UV resin, because Oh, why isn't it coming? Oh, Jews. Have the lid on. Callie. All right, so what I'm going to do now, which is what she did, take a brush, and I think what she did was to put these holes in here, you know, and I think what it is to sort of build up so that you get a flush level, is what I'm thinking. So you know what? I'm just going to pour this in here. Yep. Oh, I thought that was moving. Okay, then I think, now let's see, will I be successful in doing this way? Oh, cool. Oh, I should have, you know what, let that cure first. Now, there's a question I've asked, and Beth was very sweet to answer. One question I still have is that, can you let UV resin sit too long? So I'm just building it up. And I think the reason for building it up is so that you don't, you know, have too much, so that you can cure each level. So that was elevator on the floor 1. Now this is elevator on floor 2. Okay, so now I'm going to cure it again with the UV light and be right back. All right, moving up on the elevator. So this one, I just checking. All right, this time, so you know what was cool with the UV light is that I can see where there's a gap. So there was a little bit more there left, so it wasn't quite even. So I'm going to have to even that out. So I'm going to, and I changed my cup, but that silicone needed, the silicone one needed to be cleaned. So what I'm going to do now, because I'm impatient, so I'm just going to do a layer to coat this whole piece. And I can't wait to get the flashlight UV, the UV flashlight, because then I can just do ding and see where I'm missing. So I'm going to use my, just take it straight from the bottle and do a layer. Now this time I'm going to use the UV light like maybe 3 times, 4.5 minutes maybe, because 3 times on the 120. So I will be back and make sure that I've got a nice coat in there. Now I'm going to try spraying it with the 90% icy propyl, and just for bubbles, even though Beth had said it's okay on this project to have bubbles, but I also want to test to see how UV resin works with alcohol. Okay, be back in a second. So the next step is I will place some tack it over and over a layer. I brush on not too thick, not too thin of a layer, and then I let it sit for about 10 to 12 minutes till it gets clear. Right now you see that it's white, and then when it's quote unquote clear, cured, it's clear. And then here, I'm going to be using some Chameleon flakes and Chameleon powder. But what I did is, and I learned all this from Beth from Dewdrop's Design, I used some wet wipes and I cut them into pieces and placed it all around on the top of the mold because it goes everywhere. The other picture there was a little sponge that you use to brush away your brush from mica powders. It's terrific. So then you use a pair of tweezers and you drop in these Chameleon flakes. And the trick with Chameleon flakes is you use your tweezers and drop it in. This way it doesn't sort of go everywhere like it normally does. So you'll see me sort of using different colors, different shades of the chameleon powder, excuse me, chameleon flakes. And then now I am brushing on some chrome powder. So, and then there's that, it's called brush off. I'll link it below. And you use it to clean your brush. And believe me, it works incredibly well. It just takes away all the mica powder, or as much as you can, you know, other than just sort of brushing it over a paper towel. So then I'm rubbing the chrome powder around. And then once I've done that, I will take a stipple brush that I have, and then I will dab it down and burnish it. And then here now I am putting a layer of resin, UV resin, that I will light up. And then when it's cured, I used my vacuum cleaner and brushed off, and I did this on the outside my home so that all the mica powder, chrome powder, flakes and all would just go everywhere. I mean, it would just take a layer of it off. Then I placed some more resin over it, and then did my light and let it cure. As much as I love glitter, flakes, mica powder, they are a mess. So, okay, so second to the last step is I've got this gel nail polish, and it's black. And this is what Beth had used. So I was going to pour some because I'm going to need a little layer. But she brushed it on, so maybe it won't come off if I do that. Maybe I have to just put a layer of it. And this is just to sort of finish off the piece on the back. I could have left it, you know, the way it was. Not sure how thick or thin of a layer to do, so I'll just do that. Just one thin layer, and then I'm going to do the UV light, because that's what you do with gel nails. And then I will do the one more step, which is sort of doming the front. Okay. Wish me luck. All right, so I'm going to UV resin this a few times. Okay, it is reveal time. So this one I'll do first. And I already saw it. So here we go. Let's see. What can I... Maybe I'll place this little wax paper out on the side. Okay. I'm just going to flip it over. Bing! I'm so thrilled. And I'm going to bring you in for a close-up. And at the end of the video, you'll see a photo of it. And I love how, in fact, the photo makes it look really pretty. So that is so fun. And I'm really proud of it for my first try. And I already have an idea of what I'm going to do next time with the similar technique. Okay, so that's that one. Now, this one. Bring you back up. Oops, sorry. Okay, let's see how that mica pen and the water beads. Okay, I'm gonna have to clean that up. Love this mold. Okay. Yes, I cut my finger the other day with a huge knife. Ooh, okay, it worked. Oh, how sweet. So I'm gonna make it like this. So that was the one with the chameleon flakes. And you know, it does work. So, not too perfectly done on coloring all the holes from the water beads, but Man, it looks like a sea creature to me. Too bad that wasn't in the center. Boy, if I was thinking straight, that would have been really cool, like, a centerpiece. But that's not too bad. I might try this again to see if I can get a shallower depression from the water beads. But oh, that was so fun to use. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed these two pieces. Okay, I will catch you next time.